Good evening. The breaking news is that Shreyas Iyer is likely to be out of competitive cricket for 2 months. This is on the heels of the batsman, the vice captain of the Indian ODI team, suffering an internal injury during the third ODI between India and Australia in Sydney that was played on October 25th. Shreyas Iyer suffered laceration in a spleen. It was an internal injury, and as per the BCCI release, uh, the internal bleeding it was immediately addressed, and the internal bleeding was stopped pretty soon. I mean, almost immediately. Um, how did the doctors do that? The medical term is pretty complicated. I'm trying to simplify this. A catheter is passed through the artery to block the bleeding area, and that is how Shreyas's internal bleeding was stopped. The medical term deliberately I am not mentioning here because that would be too complicated for the layman. For common viewers, it is a specific medical term, and let that be for the specialists. The big thing was that by inserting a catheter, it's a standard procedure basically. By inserting a catheter through the artery, when the bleeding area was blocked, the internal bleeding stopped, and that was very important. That was absolutely important in the sense that it we are thankful to the doctors who attended Shreyas Iyer. Is a mighty fine cricketer, someone who has a wretched luck with his injuries. Remember 2023 he missed the IPL, but he played the World Cup. He underwent a back surgery and then it once again resurfaced, and Shreyas Iyer had played through pain until he couldn't. He was developing back spasms after facing just 60 balls at the nets. A misunderstood cricketer. Shreyas Iyer has returned to the Indian team fold by dint of his performances in domestic cricket and also in the IPL. But what happens next? If Shreyas Iyer is ruled out for the next 2 months, then he is certainly missing the ODIs against South Africa, and then the New Zealand series at early next year. That would be touch and go because even if he is past fit before that series, Shreyas is unlikely to be match fit. He needs to play some games in domestic cricket to be match fit. So that is once again touch and go. Then the T20 World Cup. Shreyas Iyer is not currently part of the Indian T20I squad, but you never know. You never know for a big tournament and for a big tournament player like him who has proven his T20I mettle in the IPL time and again. You never know, but this is a serious setback. At the same time, for cricketers Shreyas Iyer, it's a serious setback, but sometimes there is something which is more important than sport and cricket. Shreyas Iyer is stable now, completely stable, and the BCCI is arranging the travel of his sister, who could be by his side in Australia. So that's the good news in the sense that this thing is more important than cricket because there will be many other tournaments in the future and Shreyas Iyer will come back strong. But at this moment in time, the breaking news is Shreyas Iyer is likely to be competitive cricket for the next 2 months, and you are hearing this exclusively on Revsportz. Revsportz is exclusively breaking the story. This is Shomik Chakraborty, Revsportz from Mumbai.